Are we going to stand by and let this wannabe dictator shred our Constitution and destroy our democracy? Are we going to roll over while he tries to steal people's health care so his billionaire buddies can buy another yacht? You're damn right we won't. And Mike Johnson, Trump's lapdog Speaker of the House, he went on TV yesterday and he said that anyone who comes to a No Kings rally hates America. What the hell is wrong with him? What would he say about the people who said no kings at Lexington and Concord? What would he say to the protesters who said no kings at the Boston Tea Party? What about the soldiers at Bunker Hill or the signers of the Declaration of Independence who said no kings? What a stupid, idiotic thing for him to say. Massachusetts was revolutionary back then, and we are still revolutionary. Because we love this country, and we believe that if you love something, you fight for it. No Kings has been our rallying cry since 1776, because we have seen what happens when power comes not from the consent of the governed, but from the whims of a tyrant. And we know what this administration is doing is not just offensive or wrong. It is unhinged. It is deranged. It is un-American. It makes Richard Nixon look like an Eagle Scout. This president has made a mockery of the rule of law, arresting his political opponents while pardoning the traitors who orchestrated an insurrection on January 6, 2021. He's threatened to turn the might of our own military against us, calling his fellow Americans, quote, the enemy within. He's deployed troops to our cities not to defend freedom, but to intimidate us on our own soil. He sees with revenge against his own people, canceling federal projects to punish whole states like Massachusetts for having the audacity to vote against him. He's unleashed mass agents who use Gestapo-like tactics to rip apart and destroy families, violating U.S. and international law by deporting people to overseas gulags where they face torture or even death. And he's undermined our institutions to the point of irrelevance, propping up a spineless speaker who aids and abets his tyranny by canceling Congress in the middle of a crisis. He stacked our Supreme Court with sycophants who have given him immunity for whatever crimes he commits. He has usurped power that is not his, ignoring Congress, flouting court orders, and declaring that his word alone is the law. And like a king, he exploits his office to enrich himself and those around him at the expense of all of us. My friends, these are the actions of a sick man, someone who stands for nothing but his own greed and power. And I believe it is our duty as Americans to rise up and peacefully resist this administration with all our heart, all our soul, and all our strength. This country was born in revolution, nurtured in protest, and strengthened by dissent. From the abolitionists who refused to accept slavery, to the suffragists who refused to be silenced, to the workers who demanded a living wage, to civil rights heroes who faced down water cannons, and the protesters at Stonewall who demanded equality. Each generation has been called upon to ensure that the flame of liberty is passed down to the next. And each new generation has found the strength in the idea that patriotism is not just about pledging allegiance to the flag or tying a yellow ribbon around an old oak tree. It's not just a bumper sticker or in a lawn sign. True patriotism, true loyalty, true allegiance means calling this country to a higher standard. It means speaking out for what you believe in. It does not make you a patriot if you stay silent while we are losing our democracy. That makes you a coward. We ought to stand for a society where health care is a right and not a privilege. We ought to fight for a future where nobody goes hungry in the richest nation in history, where no veteran goes without the care and compassion that they deserve, and where every family can breathe clean air and drink clean water. And we ought to demand a country where every parent can afford child care and every child can go to a good school, where workers can earn a fair wage for an honest day's work and retirees can age with dignity. And we ought to speak up for human rights at home and abroad. To me, America is not just some hollowed out piece of land that's up for sale to the highest bidder or some abstract expression of the latest public opinion polls. We are an experiment, a test to see if regular people can rule ourselves or whether we need a king to do it for us. It is our turn to pick up the baton now and to fight, peacefully and patriotically, but forcefully and with the courage of our convictions. We need to understand that we are the last guardrail of this democracy. And when the branches of government fail, the roots must hold or the tree will fall. We are the roots, and we must not give in or give up. This is our fight, and our presence here today is a sign of our strength. A message to Donald Trump that we will get into good trouble, necessary trouble, trouble to protect and defend this democracy. We will resist, we will persist, and I can promise you this, as your congressman, I will never bow down to any king. We will never bow down to a man who sees us not as fellow citizens, but as subjects. And as long as we stand together, as long as we refuse to bow down, we will have no kings in America. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Thank you all.